Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Turtles Love Pizza. This is the podcast where we go over everything to do with the Ninja Turtle movies. And we are currently taking an intermission from Ninja Turtles and doing some Batman 89. We are currently on issue number 5 for the Batman 89 story arc, written by Sam Hamm and drawn by Joe Quinones. This is Steven.
And this is Andrew.
What up, Andrew?
What's up, Steven?
Not much. What's new with you in terms of Ninja Turtles this week?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, really?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh,
I got nothing.
Well, actually, the first issue of the Armageddon game opening moves came out.
That is true. But by the time they actually hear this, it'll have been out for a year. So it doesn't really matter now, does it?
Yeah, that is true. Or should I just start releasing all episodes bi-weekly and
you probably should. And then they're all gonna like catch up now. They're like,
yeah, and they'll a lot of spoiler alerts. No. Okay, we have that coming, and we are gonna go over Armageddon game as one of our next projects. By the way, nice haircut.
Why, thank you, sir. You noticed.
When did you get it? Like recent?
Today.
Ooh, I like it. Nice and fresh.
Yep. Anything for our listeners. They can hear the haircut.
But anyways, continuing on from the Tim Burton Batman universe, Andrew, do you mind giving us a quick plot description?
All right. So in issue 5, we have Two-Face, who is now fully Two-Face, and he's trying to get some dirt on how to get the money from the police locker. It's like $31 million from evidence. And so he hatches a plan with these underground criminals. So he's going full on criminal now. He's no longer this conflicted Harvey Dent. He's now a bad guy. We have Barbara and her father, Jim, having a fight about Harvey because she doesn't want to admit that Harvey's a bad guy. And then we have Batman and Robin now together in the Batmobile.
Yep.
And so it looks like he's letting Robin drive, which is interesting. So I guess, he needs someone to drive him around regardless. Because if you watch the movie, he's not really the greatest of drivers. So I guess it makes sense.
I think his autopilot is better than him.
Probably. So Two-Face hashes his plan, causing some chaos, getting into the police building headquarters, and that's where he takes Jim hostage. Alfred sends the bat cycle, and it does look better now because like the thing is down and it looks more streamlined, but it still looks awkward.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. And so it doesn't really match the aesthetic of the Batmobile either.
Yeah, it does kind of remind me a little of the Missile Batmobile, but like not as cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, so Two-Face takes Jim hostage in front of Batman because Batman screwed up.
Yes.
And then we have Two-Face kind of conflicted about what to do with Jim, and the coin tells him to keep him alive, but Jim keeps telling him to kill him because he wants him to stay away from his daughter. So if he kills him, then he knows Barbara will never marry him.
Right.
And then we have Catwoman back, and she is in the animated series costume now, but with the Batman Returns mask, which is interesting. And Barbara sets a trap to get Harvey to come back in. She tries to arrest him. It fails because Catwoman shows up in that costume. And so Harvey ends up shooting Jim, and Batman shows up a little too late, as usual.
And did you mention that Harvey is giving away the $31 million to Burnside?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
Well, I didn't, but yeah, that's what's happening.
Oh.
I knew you missed something. For the Flash TV series. There's an ad for the Flash in here.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Going through the Armageddon plot of season 8, and it's interesting.
Is it good?
It's not bad, actually.
Well, who's the bad guy?
The Flash.
Wait, what? Barry Allen is the bad guy?
No, the Flash is the bad guy.
Wait, what? Barry Allen is the Flash.
Not in this one.
Oh, is it like Reverse Flash?
Yeah, so Barry Allen becomes Reverse Flash because Eobard Thawne went back and changed the timeline to become the Flash.
Oh my god, this sounds terrible. Okay, we're not talking about the Flash. We could talk about that a little later because there is something I want to talk about at the end of this episode, and
All
I'm
right.
sure you know what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna come right out and say it. I'm getting really tired of this miniseries.
Why?
Uh, I'm kind of losing a little interest because, to be honest, this isn't really Tim Burton's Batman anymore.
Oh,
In
it's
a
not.
sense.
Not at all.
Yeah, and this is the most incompetent Batman I've ever met.
He can't
Or
drive himself, and he shows up after the commissioner's shot. Like,
yes,
you
and
failed on so many levels.
exactly, he's not doing any detective work. He's looking for a lot of pussy and getting not as much as he would like.
He's pretty much Bruce Wayne and only Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. So, um, although the Batman is not that great. I do like the supporting cast. I do like the conversation between Barbara Gordon and her father. It's little. What is that phrase? It's little too late,
Yeah,
or something like that. Like I wish they had a little more to do with the story. Um, the whole GCPD lockdown. I feel like I've seen it in movies before. Maybe like
plenty of movies.
yeah.
Like SWAT.
Oh, yeah. Was it SWAT?
I think it's SWAT.
What's that one where they're all in the building during Christmas and they're trying to protect Larry Fishburne,
Larry Fishburne? I don't know.
uh, Lawrence Fishburne? Assault on Precinct something. Assault on
Oh, yeah,
Precinct,
yeah.
and there was also a John Carpenter film. It was a remake of John Carpenter's film, but yeah, like I'm. This should actually be called Robin.
Rise of Robin.
Yeah, there should be Rise of Robin 89 because this Batman sucks. Like, okay, there's this one sequence where Harvey Dent is getting ready to kidnap Jim Gordon, and for some reason he has that batarang from I think issue 2, and he throws it at Batman. Batman doesn't even like sidestep it; he just takes it full brunt. And then he shoots like a tranquilizer dart that was meant for Harvey, misses him completely, and hits Jim Gordon in the artery.
Completely incompetent.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, what is wrong with you, man? And then Harvey Bullock gets shot too. Uh, oh wow, Harvey Dent shoots Harvey Bullock,
Yeah, no one
and,
cares about Bullock.
and Batman was late to that too.
Yeah. Batman he's just not doing his thing, man.
Yeah, Batman's a little bitch in this book. Like he's riding in the back of the bat cycle. Like he doesn't know how to drive his own vehicles, like you mentioned. I do like that, Harvey Dent is giving out the money to Burnside. I think that's an altruistic thing that he's been trying to do, right?
Yeah, I mean the thing is like that they're really doing with this Harvey Dent is that he's not really that bad of a guy. He's just kind of going insane but still trying to be that hero that he has in his mind.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that might have to do with all the fumes he breathed in.
Probably.
And the fact that he got half of his face burned. Okay, I have complained enough. Okay, Andrew, you gotta tell me like anything that you liked in this issue.
I liked the fact that Catwoman came back. I
Okay,
think it's weird though that they gave her the animated series costume,
yeah, it's like she's wearing
but
skin tight.
she still keeps the returns mask.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
think.
just kind of
Well, I think
weird.
the top half is all returns, and then the bottom
Yeah,
half is the animated.
which is weird.
Yeah, and then what do you think in terms of James Gordon in this issue?
I mean, James Gordon definitely is a better character in this one. He's a lot more savvy of a cop,
Yeah,
which I appreciate.
but
Barbara is still an idiot.
why? Explain that.
Well, she's like, well, I can bring him in and all this other stuff, and it'll all be okay. And she does not realize that he's insane.
Yeah, that's true. And
Like, if you
everything is
attack
based
the
off.
orderly and like assaulting people to escape, like he does not want to come back.
Yeah, that's hard to say. I almost feel like he does, but like, the dark Harvey Dent doesn't want him to
No, he doesn't want to come back.
at all. You don't think even the good side wants to come back?
No, I think he sees how disfigured his face is, and he's like, she's not going to stay with me.
Oh, I see, I see.
Because I mean, look
Uh,
at it. He's like covering his face with like the hood of this coat.
oh, whenever he meets up with her? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. You know what's funny though? So, my wife, she doesn't really like Michael Keaton as Batman because of his lips.
Okay.
And then so she saw the issue number 6 cover, and then she was like, wow, is this that Batman that I don't like? And I was like, yeah, I think so. Yeah, whoever the artist is, he does a really good job because his lips are really bad.
Okay.
I mean, the art is good, but like she just doesn't like Michael Keaton's lips for some reason. I don't know. Um. Okay, so the good things that you mentioned: Catwoman returns, and what else?
Robin saves Batman, which is cool.
Okay, on the Bat Cycle.
Yeah, on the Bat Cycle because the cops are going to shoot him.
Okay, anything else?
And even on that, Batman's not driving the Bat Cycle. Robin is.
I
And
know.
Batman's just holding on like the damsel in distress.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and
it's not the strongest issue.
it's actually getting like more and more underwhelming. I feel really bad,
I mean,
and
it moves the plot along, which I appreciate.
it does. But why does Batman have to be like a side character in his own book?
But I mean, if you think about all the movies, Batman really is a side character, except for the latest Pattinson one.
I I mean,
'Cause they're all
okay,
like vehicles for the villains
but at the same time, he's never been this incompetent.
that you know of. You didn't see the
Oh,
behind the
okay.
scenes stuff.
I will say like the Penguin like breaking into the Batmobile. That's a little incompetency when it comes to security, but like
Yeah, like, how can you let him get in there?
but okay, I think we can both agree that this particular issue is not as good as the previous ones. I do agree with you that I like how Robin is actually becoming more of an active role in the
Yeah, I
book.
hope the last issue is he just becomes Batman and just Bruce retires. He's like,
You
I'm
never
too
know.
old for this stuff.
By the way, we're gonna talk about what we think is gonna happen in issue 6 because I haven't read it and I'm sure you haven't either, right?
No, I'll give you my
Okay,
prediction now.
okay,
Bruce runs off with Selina and leaves Robin to be the Batman.
that would be interesting because that would kind of be like, okay. Well, before we even get there, what do you think happens to Harvey then?
They capture him and he goes to jail.
Well, that would be weird because like out of all the Tim Burton movies, all the villains normally die except for
Well,
Catwoman.
yeah, Catwoman didn't die, so I don't see Harvey dying at this point. So we'll see.
Like in my head, this is my thought that like Barbara Gordon has a big scene where she finally like I instead of Batman killing Harvey Dent, I almost feel like Barbara Gordon would be better off killing him. Like a last standoff thing.
I feel like Barbara is going to become Oracle at the end of it.
Oh, he like shoots her and
Yeah, because like he accidentally shoots her, and then that's what throws him off his game, and Batman defeats him. And
dude,
because like she's already shown that she's like super tech savvy in this,
yeah.
so I can see her becoming Oracle at the end of this.
That actually makes really good sense. Like that would be really cool if it did happen. I do agree with you. I think like Batman is gonna just like give up, or
I
Bruce
mean, it's
Wayne
just
is
like
just
what Batman, the Dark Knight Rises.
yeah,
Like it's gonna be like that ending, you know, like
yeah.
he runs off with Catwoman, and then he leaves his Robin to take care of the city.
I think that would be probably the best way to go. But I on the other hand do think Harvey Dent will die.
Because you want him to die.
No, I
You think
actually
he's
really,
beyond?
I
I
really
like.
like this interpretation of Harvey Dent.
I really want to like have him have like a spin-off where they explore like whether or not he really is experiencing like the multiverse or he's
Yeah,
like it's madness.
yeah, that would be like a 6 issue miniseries, and I'm not buying that one.
Dude, they could have so much fun with that. I would have so much like if they asked me to write it, I would have so much fun with that.
Okay, here's the thing. I think you're having too much fun with all these multiversal like TV shows and movies, especially recently, right? Because we just had what Doctor Strange. We just had Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I think
Yeah.
it's just in your head.
But I think it's such an interesting concept to explore about someone like Two-Face. Because like the nature of him is like this dual like schizophrenic personality or multiple personality disorder.
Right.
And to like explain it a way that he isn't crazy, but he's actually seeing the different choices of life like being unfolded in front of him, right?
Right.
Like perception versus reality.
I see. So you're kind of saying that like each Harvey is kind of like another personality is coming in and like changing his like outlook when he flips the
Yeah, pretty
coin or
much.
whatever.
Yeah,
That would
like
be
it's just
really interesting.
because like you'll have the dueling Harveys of like like one outcome was the way the coin landed, and the other outcome is how the other side if it had been the other side of the coin,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
so
so you're
you can
seeing
see.
each branch opening
Yeah,
up.
so like that's why like when the coin said "Don't kill Jim," the other Harvey knew like you can't kill Jim because he already
Mhm.
knows what happens when you kill him,
Right.
and so
But
that's why he was very adamant that you have to listen to the coin.
oh, I see. That would be interesting now that you bring that up, like the way that you just broke it down. So what are the other things that you're looking that you hope to see on the last issue?
I want Alfred to get a good ending too because he's been like the workhorse of this entire series and
Yeah,
like
that's
all the
true.
Batman movies because he was the same Alfred in all of them.
Yeah, and he's always like on the computer doing stuff that Batman should be doing, like while he's DJing and shit.
He's like 80 years old, like learning to hack.
Yeah, that would be a really good team up, Robin and Alfred, like the new dynamic duo.
Well, the thing is, like Alfred can retire, and then Barbara becomes Oracle, and so Robin and Oracle like go against the bad guys.
Oh, I see, I see. Because she also loses faith in like the
The justice,
police.
yeah,
Yeah, I gotcha. Wow, that would be a really interesting take. Okay, so we're gonna read issue number 6, and we'll get back to you guys later on and let you know
hopefully.
if. Yeah. What do you mean? Hopefully.
Well, I don't know how much time you have, sir.
Oh, right, 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 right. Well, we're not gonna. Don't worry about that. We'll just keep recording until I can't record. But okay, cool. So we are gonna rate this with batterings. Andrew, what do you give this issue?
Two.
All right, we are on the same page. I also give it a 2, and I really hope they do something interesting on the 6th issue, or else, man, it's okay. I'm saying it right now. It started with so much potential, and
It
slowly,
did.
and you know what else it is? I think it's the wait. You know what I mean? Because like this book was delayed.
Well, see, the thing is, for me, like I'm reading them as we're recording them, and we're recording them every week, so there's no
Oh,
delay for me, and I still feel like it's kind of a letdown.
okay, okay. Because I read this like 2 months ago, and I really enjoyed it at the time. But when I reread it, I'm just like, this is not Batman. Like, what the heck is going on? Okay, so for issue number 5, we both give it 2 batarangs, and we're
Yep.
hoping that the sixth issue will bring it back alive. So we'll see what happens next time. Okay, Andrew, as you know, the second part of this episode normally goes to Rise of the TMNT. Today
Yep.
we are doing episode 7. Give us a
Yes,
breakdown
sir.
real quick.
It's episode 7, Bug Busters. It is a play on Ghostbusters, apparently.
Oh,
And so what we have is the turtles are trying to capture those mosquitoes,
yeah.
the mosquitoes that have ooze in them that are turning people into mutants, which
Yep.
were released by what's his name, Baron Draxum. And
Yes.
so they end up at a hotel where this spider yokai is there, and she like provides some webbing to Donnie so he can create a weapon to catch the mosquitoes, or sorry,
Right.
mosquitoes. And he does, and then she betrays them because she wants to turn people into mutants so that she can have people for her battle nexus. And then Baron Draxum gets wind of this, and they have a showdown, and the mosquitoes still get away. So it was all for nothing, basically.
Right. What did you enjoy about this
I think it
episode?
was fun. It was nice to have like a full episode dedicated to the plot.
I agree.
We have some interesting like information that Baron Draxum is the one that created the turtles.
Right.
So I think that was an interesting moment as well. We have some big stars because Baron Draxum is voiced by John Cena,
Right. Right.
and Big Mama, the Spider Lady, is voiced by Lena Headey.
Oh,
Headey, yeah,
holy crap. So the wife from 300.
yeah.
Oh, and she was I think she was in
Game
Dread.
of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones, yeah.
Yeah, she's Cersei in Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay, okay. I haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, but
Neither have I,
oh
but I know what that is.
yeah, I gotcha. So okay. So we have a big cast. What I really like about this issue or this episode is Leo again just being a complete dick to his brothers, like leaving
Pretty
them
much.
behind. Huh?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Like leaving them behind and supposedly coming up with a plan. He's actually just trying to escape the hotel. And then he decides to save his brothers so that they can like continue to like remind him how great he is.
Pretty much.
What about you?
I think it was just fun. It was like a big episode. You can kind of see in the battle nexus like the outline of Rocksteady and Bebop, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it kind of looked like them. I couldn't be for sure.
I think there's a video game called Battle Nexus.
Maybe.
No, yeah, there is. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus. So maybe they're
Cool.
bridging off of that.
Maybe.
Huh. Oh, Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I just randomly looked that up, but I don't remember that. I'll have to rewatch that episode to see if I can see them. I thought that the hotel clerk was pretty funny. I thought he was gonna be there longer though.
He kind of reminded me of like one of those old timey characters. I forget his name,
Yeah.
but I think they also spoofed him in Tiny Toons.
Mickey Rooney.
No, I don't think it's Mickey Rooney. It's someone else.
Oh, like the skinny guy from Andy Griffith's show, like
Is
Don
it?
Knotts.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
someone else. Anyways, I'll think of it later.
Okay. Um, but yeah, like overall, I thought this was a really fun episode. I feel like they're all like super fun. I haven't had any kind of issue with any of the episodes so far. But yeah, why don't we? Do you want to just jump into the rating?
Sure.
Okay. Well, how many slices of pizza would you give this one?
I give this one 3.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna give it a 4. I very much enjoyed it, and yeah, I just like all of the turtles. Like they each get their own moment. Like Donatello, he gets mad at her for like taking advantage of his greatness.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny. And yeah, okay, so that is episode 7 of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But we're not quite done yet because a movie recently came out called Thor: Love and Thunder, and me and Andrew both saw it separately, of course. And I kind of want to get your opinion because you said you really enjoyed it. So why don't you break it down for me real quick?
So Thor: Love and Thunder is a fun Taika Waititi movie. It was definitely not on the same level as Ragnarok was. I
Right.
feel like the heart of the movie was kind of missing.
Hmm.
Like because Thor Ragnarok was really about that brotherhood between Thor and Loki, and it was really like family heavy.
Right.
And I feel like this one did not match like the same heart that Taika usually has in his movies.
I think
Especially
Type.
with the ending,
Yeah.
I don't feel like the ending was really deserved. Like they
Which
didn't really,
which ending?
huh?
Which ending?
The one where he ends up with a daughter, basically.
Oh, right.
Like there wasn't enough in the movie to like really build up to that moment to make it impactful, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like I
agree.
understand like Christian Bale's character, like Gore, going through all that and wanting his daughter to come back, but there wasn't enough like, oh, Thor would make a great dad kind of thing, or Thor wants to have children. Like there's like a throwaway comment that he makes with Jane at some point about wanting to have kids, but they really haven't established like him really wanting to be like a father or an uncle or anything like that, which I think they kind of get away with by saying like, oh, it's Uncle Thor, but
Yeah.
that he didn't really earn having a kid by the end.
I completely agree. I thought this I think you're a lot nicer than I am. I had fun, but I thought this movie was a mess, like a mess of tone, a mess of story. Like I do think Christian Bale did a great job.
Oh, he was a great Gore.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
thought
I
he
could have
was
found anyone
great.
better.
It, the one thing that I will say is it makes me want to reread the whole Gore line, like the whole Jason Aaron story arc. Because one of my complaints is I read it, I really enjoy that whole story arc, but like, how do you fit like I don't know, maybe 75, maybe less than 75 issues, but a lot of issues of that whole Mighty Thor with Jane, Gore, and everything. How do you fit that all in one movie? You know what I mean? I feel
Yeah,
like you could have split it up into two or three movies and had another trilogy right there. But at the end of the day, I feel like they just crammed too much stuff together, you know?
I feel like they spent too much time on the will they won't they with Thor and Jane,
Oh,
and if they hadn't done that and kind of focused on them like basically getting back together and then like planning this life with kids,
yeah.
I think that would have like earned the ending a bit more,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
made a lot more sense.
I
And
agree.
I'm pretty sure like Taika had a lot of that in there. He just kind of cut it for time and whatever else because he said he cut a lot of stuff out of the movie. But
Right.
I really feel like the normal traditional like because all of Taika's movies have a lot of heart to them,
I
like
agree.
Jojo Rabbit, Hunt for the Wilder People. Like most of like what I've seen from him that I've loved is like there's like a lot of emotion and heart to it. At the end of the
Hmm.
day, like
Right.
Hunt for the Wilder People is like one of my favorite movies.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen that with
No.
Sam Neill? It is a
No.
great movie. It's really funny. It's one of his earlier films too,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think he was really missing in this movie. I think that's where he missed the mark for this one. You can forgive the tonal issues, but I think if he had solidified that thread throughout, it
Hmm.
probably would have fixed a lot of those tonal issues.
Yeah. I completely. Yeah, I could see what you mean there. Like the before I saw Ragnarok, I saw What We Do in the Shadows, and I was like, this movie is the weirdest, like vampire movie I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah,
what I enjoyed about that movie is it wasn't really about heart, but it was about brotherhood. I guess
yeah,
like these three or four vampires, and what I really enjoy is like his irreverent humor. I think he's really good with that.
yeah.
But I thought for this movie he actually was trying too hard. Like I felt them more surface level than like actually getting deep into the characters, actually trying to understand the characters. Like I actually felt like those two goats were really annoying after a time.
But I mean, those are like historically accurate.
No, yeah, I know. And then you can see videos of goats like yelling.
Yeah, I think they were okay comedic relief. I really think that he was more worried about like the aesthetics and like trying to be like Ragnarok. Because like the whole
Oh,
like Shadow World was really cool and everything, but
yeah.
did it really fit in with everything else?
I did think that the kidnapping thing was a little much. I mean, I understood that Gore. Okay, here's my thing. Like Gore lost his children, so the fact that he kidnaps a bunch of children and is going to sacrifice them is crazy. But I
But he was
understand
never
because
going to harm the
he's.
children.
Oh, you don't know. That's not true. He was going to.
No, he was never going to sacrifice them.
No, I really doubt that because if he got to eternity and he got his wish and killed all the gods, like the Marvel universe would be destroyed pretty much.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't trying to kill the kids. Like he
Yeah, I
only used the kids to get Stormbreaker.
no, I understand that, but at the same time, like
But that does lead me to my other issue. Was
what?
this ending was the same issue as Shazam?
I had no problems with Shazam's ending at all.
I'm just saying it was a repeat of Shazam's ending where he like turns all these kids into Thor and they all
Uh-huh.
have the power of Thor and
Oh,
get to
right. Yeah, I was like, "What? This is ridiculous."
it's like in Shazam he turns his family into all Shazams.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So, what are some other things that you enjoyed about this movie? Let's talk about the good.
I think it was great to see Natalie Portman back as Jane Foster
Mhm.
and then as like Lady Thor or not Lady Thor, Mighty Thor
Mighty. Yeah.
or Dr. Jane Foster.
Yeah.
Um, I think having the kids choose like random stuff as their weapon and that becomes like their Thor weapon was hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially the little girl with the bunny, and
Oh.
she's like screaming, and the bunny's like throwing lightning out its eyes. I
Yeah.
thought that was hilarious. And apparently, like all the kids were like mostly like the kid, like they were Natalie Portman's kids,
Yeah.
Christian Bale's kids, uh, Chris Hemsworth's kids. Even
Yeah,
like the
what about
Gore's daughter was his
Axel?
daughter.
Oh, yeah, I know. The Gore's daughter is his daughter.
Yeah,
What what about Axel, like Heimdall's son? Because that's not Idris Elba's kid, right?
no, I don't think so. But I mean, they're trying to set up a young Avengers, so
Oh, is that what they're doing
I
next?
think so. You know, because in Hawkeye they had Kate Bishop,
Yeah.
and then they have Miss Marvel. They have like Love, you know, Thor's kid now. Like they're
Oh,
setting up
okay.
all these like younger Avengers. Like Ironheart's supposed to be in Black Panther 2.
Oh, okay.
So they're really
Wow.
setting up like a young Avengers.
Okay, I think that would be interesting. Like, okay, so out of let me say one of my favorites is like Russell Crowe coming back as Zeus.
Dude, he was amazing as Zeus.
I thought he was
Like
hilarious.
accent and everything.
Yeah.
And then like the tag at the end with Hercules
Yeah.
coming to avenge Zeus. I thought that was fun.
Yeah. And I did like the post credit, like the post credit. Jane actually makes it to Valhalla, even though
Which
she's
makes
not.
me wonder if she's gonna come back as Valkyrie.
She definitely will. Like she
Yeah.
definitely will have. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't want any part of any part of Marvel anymore. Who knows?
I mean, everyone said that after the second Thor movie.
Yeah, but did you hear what the scuttlebutt was about that one?
What?
So originally, Thor 2 was supposed to be directed by Patty Jenkins.
Oh, okay.
Like Natalie Portman, like really vouched for Patty Jenkins, and at the last minute, they axed Patty Jenkins, and because of that, like she was. Oh, sorry, Thor 3, not Thor 2. Ragnarok was supposed to be by Patty Jenkins, and so she left because she was like, fuck this. But when she met like Taika Waititi and stuff, I guess they're able to like come to amends and have her back pretty
Well, I
much.
think it helps that Tessa likes Taika because
Yeah.
Tessa
Yeah.
Thompson and Natalie worked on what Arrival together.
Arrival?
Yeah. Oh no,
Uh
Annihilation. Sorry, Annihilation.
it's like Arrival?
I always get
Okay,
those two mixed
I
up with
still
like
have to see Annihilation, but yeah.
yeah.
Um but okay, overall Okay, one last thing. So the Guardians of the Galaxy are in this movie at the beginning.
Barely.
I want to ask you, did you expect that they would return at any point?
When they return?
Like come back near the end of the movie or something to help
No,
out?
they were gone. Like they were just supposed to be written off at the beginning, so
I
that
know,
they
but
could set
like
up for the third one.
so you never had a thought that when he was like, "We need to bring together the best team," you never thought that he was going to go for them?
No,
Oh, I did.
that like never crossed my mind
Oh, okay. Okay, weird. Um and then what
because
did
he
you
clearly
think of
thought he was better than all of them. So
Oh, he destroys everything like
yeah,
yeah.
like he's clearly better than all, and he knows it. And the
Yeah.
only people that are, like at his level are like Valkyrie and Korg. So like,
Yeah. My favorite I think Chris Hemsworth is still my favorite like actor from the Marvel universe cuz he's just really funny, but he can also emote. I think he does great as Thor.
yeah, he's a great Thor. Chris Evans is like my favorite actor of the MCU.
Oh, he's okay. He's all right.
Dude, he's so good.
Are you? Oh, well, great. The Gray Man is coming out, so I'm kind of interested
Like,
in
have you
how.
seen Knives Out?
Yeah, he's good in that.
He's so good and he's so different than being like Steve Rogers, Captain America.
Have you seen what's that Korean movie? He's in it where they're on the Snowpiercer.
Oh, Snowpiercer. He was great in that too. Have you seen Snowpiercer?
Yeah, I saw it, and he was pretty intense.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has like the range. Like he's like a real actor.
I don't know, man. Chris Hemsworth, he's got some range. He was in,
No, don't get me wrong. Chris Hemsworth can act. Okay,
yeah.
like he can do a lot of good stuff. But like in terms of like, if I was gonna predict someone to win an Oscar, it would be Chris Evans.
Really, you put Chris Evans before Chris Hemsworth?
Yes,
All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It's just yeah,
because like if you look at the breadth of Chris Evans' work and like everything that he's done,
yeah,
like it's such a wide variety of different projects,
yeah,
and he's been fantastic in all of them.
yeah.
Even
And
Fantastic Four.
I do think that when it comes to Chris Hemsworth, he really found his groove with Thor Ragnarok, like
Yeah,
as a performer, like because I don't know. Have you ever seen what's that action movie where
action.
yeah, Extraction? I didn't think he was that great in that movie because he didn't have that charm and that because normally he's a very like charming actor. Like you watch Rush, you watch Ragnarok. He's very charming, and I
Yeah, you should watch Interceptor.
Interceptor. Oh, the one with his wife.
Yeah, he does a cameo in that one.
Okay, is it good though?
Think of like late '90s action movies,
Hey man,
and like
there's not.
come in with that expectation of that cheesiness level,
Yeah,
and you will not be disappointed.
there's nothing wrong with late '90s action
No,
movies.
there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm saying like that's the expectation going in is like expect that level of cheesiness and action, and
All right, sounds
you'll be
good.
fine. But don't expect like this is like another like John Wick or something like that.
Oh well, I mean his wife is not bad to look at. Yeah. But all right. Okay, so we're going to do 5 lightning bolts. What would you give this one?
I would give it 3.
Dang it, I feel like we're like on the same page, but your 3 is like a positive 3, like a 3.5. My 3 is like a 3.2. Oh no, it's like a 2.8, but I round up anyways. So yeah. Okay, so we
Well, that's
both
just
give
because
it
you hate the MCU to begin with. So
All right, hold on. Before we even get into that, I really like the original Iron Man. I like Winter Soldier a lot. Like, I love those two. And dude, oh, I guess you can't consider Into the Spider Verse MCU, right?
no, it's not.
Oh,
At least not yet.
that movie's perfect.
That's a great movie, yeah,
It's
but
a
that's not part of
great.
the MCU.
Okay, fine. So, I really enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Even the second one,
I did like the second one. I did like the
I
second
was just kind of okay on the second one.
one. But I
And
don't.
then Spider-Man: No Way Home.
I thought that was okay. I thought it was okay.
You're a horrible human being.
I think you like it because of all the throwbacks and the
Of course,
nostalgia.
that's the whole point of the movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then
Um,
Infinity War, that was such a great movie.
that was so long.
But it was such a good movie. I
You
actually
know
like
what?
Infinity War more than Endgame.
Okay, because Infinity War, I stayed through the entire movie. Endgame, I had to take a piss because Endgame was like freaking 3 hours, and it kept
It was.
going and going.
And I
Yeah,
made it through without having to pee. It was amazing.
but yeah, that shows the quality of the movie. Because when I watched The Batman, which is 3 hours, I didn't have to go to the bathroom because I was like, "Whoa, it's Batman!" So yeah.
I was like, this is so not Batman. And then you talk about tonal shifts. The Batman had some problems.
No, it. Oh my god, no, it did not.
That ending was ridiculously bad.
Oh, you mean like the whole social media thing?
What do you mean?
Like where it turns out that he had a Twitter following or whatever.
No, that's fine. I'm talking about like this whole like flooding of Gotham and like Batman's like looking like he's stepping out of like as a hero of like saving the people from a flood and is like this was like it was totally just it went from like this very like crime dirty kind of thing to full blown like superhero at the end, which is like which I think for me it ruined the movie.
It is kind of not what Batman would do.
Yeah. And it just it totally like shifted the entire tone of the movie.
Right. Okay, I see what you mean, but
Like
I
I think
still.
up to that point I was okay with it. He was kind of like a Michael Keaton Batman. He was just taking shots all the time. Like he was just getting lit
Yeah,
up constantly. I was like, you really have no finesse as a Batman.
but he definitely did a lot more crime work, like detective work.
And he did a lot more crying too. He was so emo.
All right, I've had enough of this talk with you. Okay, bro.
All right, well
Enough
you go
talking.
cry into your Batman pillow at night and
Oh, well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. But yeah, Andrew, I I'm deeply hurt by your words, but we still have one more issue of this crap left for
don't
Batman
call it crap.
89.
This is your thing.
I know,
Okay,
I
this
know.
intermission was your idea because you wanted to go over Batman '89
I did.
because it's your
And
baby.
I take it back. It's not crap. It is a fun ride. It's just not really Batman. And we have one last issue, and hopefully it's awesome.
I fear for your future children because if they disappoint you one time, you're gonna call your child crap. Like this child is crap. It has disappointed me one time. Now I disown this child.
But this is a one-time miniseries, okay?
A child is a one-time miniseries as well.
No, a child is a one-time forever series. That
Well, they're
any.
only a child for a period of time.
Oh,
So,
okay, okay, all right. You got to go
and then you have
semantics.
to realize that you screwed up their entire life because they made one mistake and you treated them like crap afterwards.
You're right. I need to work on my patience. But anyways, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Next week we'll be going over the last issue number 6 of Batman 89, and we will be watching Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode 8. Right?
Yes.
8.
Yep.
And who knows what other shenanigans we'll get into, but we hope you join us for the next episode, and thank you again. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Cowabunga.